Happy 2025. Let me see if I can get this camera kind of lined up there. Welcome in. We're gonna do kind of a quick reading today. I guess catch up over the last couple of weeks. This year got off to a really rocky start in terms of like my whole household being sick, my little guy getting super sick. So it's been frustrating because I haven't been able to get started the way that I wanted to, but that's fine. We're here. We're just going to kind of get back in the groove of things, and if for whatever reason you jump on and you have questions, you can put it down in the comments. Feel free to reach out to me for private readings too, going into the new year. Starting with number 9, because 2025 reduces to 9, and so this is all about clearing out all the old stuff, getting ready for new things to begin. Okay, we'll start here then with Orland. Don't fear pain, art is an anesthetic. Do you like who you see in your petri dish and become your paradigm? Becoming your paradigm and stepping into our power and stepping into our best selves. It's a potent year and it's a powerful year, and there's just, I don't know, like, is there a lot to focus on, or is this all about releasing? What are we letting go of? I'm focusing pretty heavily on the transformation guide, starting out with the year. To consolidate, concentrate, but mostly consolidation. Let's see, so, okay. What are we releasing? And then a little bit of everything. So, how do we release things? Releasing the devil, releasing the dark stuff, releasing the things that no longer serve us, releasing the heartaches, all the things that have disempowered us, going into this space of empowerment. It's almost like we're working backwards in a way. The sun is here, right? 9. After 9 comes 10. 10 reduces to a 1, so getting ready to start over again and getting ready to go into a new cycle. The sun into a new cycle. Two hats here too. There might be something here about reclaiming your power, taking your power back, doing hard work, getting through the difficult aspects of things, but waiting as well. We're getting ready to cultivate or getting ready to harvest something. The way you judge things is going to be super important. It's going to be really important to cut out the distractions and to cut out the things that aren't working for you and that aren't serving you. There's judgment again. Temperance. Temperance is here too. There was something that popped up or showed up about temperance the other day. If it comes to mind, I'll let you know. Investigate. Explore. Oh, there was a theme from this morning because I've been playing around on TikTok for the last couple of days and trying to, I guess, put more parts and pieces together for this guide. And I'm just kind of going for it. So investigate, look closely, ask questions, think before acting. Oh, from in my notes this morning. I was going to put it on the video, but I think I'm going to save it for something different. Because it was talking about what's broken and what's not working. I'm looking for the things that are broken. Broken steps, or looking for like there's transformation. 8 steps. 1, awakening. The 8th being arriving. But there's somewhere along this chain of events, there's a break. or something's broken and that piece needs to be pieced back together. And once those pieces get put back together, once we can find where those broken parts are, then we know what to fix. Changed in the night. You have changed quickly. I suppose one of the other themes that's come up into this too is quantum leaping into our best selves. Quantum leaping and making these conscious creative decisions, or creating these circumstances for us within these environments to foster change. I mean, change is going to be inevitable. It's going to happen one way or another. So if we can make conscious changes, what does that mean? It's being conscious of the change, not necessarily controlling the change, but when we become more attuned to these hidden aspects of self, then we can, from that space, be able to leap forward into resolve. That makes sense, because I think when it comes to self-regeneration and self-healing, people are looking for immediate results, but there's also this notion that these things take a really long time to get through, or to uncover, or to heal from, and that doesn't necessarily have to be true. But there's steps. And depending on what step you're at, you can make that change happen much more quickly, much more proficiently. I want to be queen, stating your sovereignty, declaring freedom, passing a test. Maybe that's part of what this is too, and kind of what this Humpty Dumpty thing is about. We're looking to pass some sort of test. Impossible things, working through disbelief, imaginative leaps, and fresh perspectives. I mean, if you're going to take a big leap into the unknown, or start setting course in uncharted territory, it's going to be interesting to see what you can find kind of along that journey. But it takes a lot of hard work, and it takes practice. It takes laboring. Oh, something about laboring too. I have this very strong urge to give birth to something. But 9, like, cycles, or there's like a 9-month waiting or gestation period. And then all of a sudden this thing just kind of pops out, or it just kind of happens. But working through the disbelief. Belief systems in the realm of consciousness are going to have a profound impact on, I want to say the manifestation of things, but for lack of a better term, sure. I keep hearing like broken, glitch in the matrix, broken, glitch in the matrix, where, okay, maybe there's this part in there. In doing my research, or my investigation, say, into neurodivergence, there's this concept or something that I came across today where the processing unit within the mechanism of the person is working 4 times faster than the hard drive can handle the processing. So like the meat suit isn't up to caliber to be able to process at the capacity that the, say, mental, spiritual modality aspect of it is going. I mean, this motor is running and running and running and running and running, and then the body is what is having a difficult time keeping up. So it's having to adjust. Something about the biology something in the biology is broken, a biological break. Mortality showed up again. Life is bright, Our life is brief, bright, beautiful, and yours to live. Just the end of things. Something is ending so that something new can begin, and being able to release or let go of some of these ideologies and possible things is coming up again. Investigate, to change into the night, anticipating impossible things to happen. It's like in the realm of healing. I wonder how much of our health has to do with the psychosomatic aspects of it. So how does the brain then play into the body, and those belief systems playing into the body, and then vice versa? We start sinking deep into these notions of consciousness and the power of consciousness and these abilities to heal ourselves. These notions keep coming forward, and it's not necessarily that I have like an agenda to a push. It's that these concepts of self-regeneration through transformation and self-healing through variations of consciousness keep coming forward. So we're just gonna go with that. Queen of Oysters is here. I'm just gonna look and see what she's got for us. Maybe? Where are you? There you are. Security, liberty, generosity, intelligence. This has a lot to do with the ego. Where is the ego, or what lane is the ego running in? What place does the ego have in it? Find the lesson in the ego. Discover the purpose in a situation. Trust that you are learning. It's all part of the process. What are you looking for? You're looking for answers and you're looking for solutions, but all of those things are going to be within, comes through the meditative process. One man's outbreak is another man's breakthrough. Know your perspective, and then apocalypse then. So understanding your place in the world, again, getting a really clear or objective idea of where exactly it is that you're at within these steps or within this stage or path or journey of transformation. And then once you can recognize where you're at, I guess you can make a judgment about yourself, or you can from this space be able to make a more conscientious choice or make a more conscientious decision. But it's going to be something very uniquely based to yourself, because I think if you're going to look outside of yourself for this answer, somebody's going to give you something based on their own perspective, and not necessarily, we're not doing this work from the outside in, we're doing this work from the inside out. Now I wish I had a different deck with me. Temperance is there. There's a balancing, there's a harmonizing, there's holistic emotional reference. This isn't the like mind, body, spirit. This is more like spirit, mind, body, and the order of operations. And I want to say that it's not necessarily important where you start, but the order of operations or the steps that you take kind of have to be done in a certain order. Can't really like skip around. Tread very carefully. but it's ego stuff in there. Okay, so getting rid of old ideologies and getting ready to step into new ideologies, or releasing an attachment that you have to self within ego, and then once you can release that attachment to who you think you are, or who you should be, or to where you should be, or whatever that comparison is thing that you're doing, then there's going to be some sort of clarification. You're looking to release like these dark, harsh judgments and these limiting beliefs. It's pretty simple. It's harder said than done. Harder done than said. Easier said than done. Moderation, temperance, what comes with compromise and compatibility. I think there was something about compatibility in all of this too. This one here, this Two of Hearts. Maybe we'll look at Two of Hearts too, and whatever this combated. There should be compatibility, but there's combat. Weaponized compatibility. It's like, what's compatible with you in the mode of transformation? I don't know. Today's a weird day. This year's a weird year. Everything's just whatever. I'm not gonna think about it too hard. An ability to recognize and analyze is in here too. Excuse me. Oof. That's an investigative part of it. To really look. Like, I know nothing. I'm not going to go into this thinking I already know what everything is all about. There's something broken, and there's something hidden, and there's something in that needs to be explored. So explore it. You're gonna learn something new. You're gonna find something new. Like, I don't know, like band-aids and glue, or things that help to stick things together. Maybe that's where some of that compatibility comes into play. Not taking things to excess. But there's some, like, chaos kind of inherent within that as well, or incompatibility. Intolerance, impotence. What are you willing to tolerate? But there's boundaries. It's like starting at the end and working your way forward, or like taking a good hard look at all of the things and then reducing from there. That's the consolidating part of it. The concentration part of it. Because if you're consolidating, then you're concentrating. And I don't know, if I had a visual I could show you, but if we're talking about steps, it's not that transformation is the ultimate. You don't like transform and then ta-da, that's it. There's a transformation or something that changes, or some sort of occurrence, and then there's a consolidation from there, or something to concentrate on from there, or something is reduced, but not like minimized or belittled, but reduced to its most basic tangible form. Like, simplify. Just like keep it simple, stupid. There's no sense in trying to complicate or overthink things. It's taking the action, it's doing the things, and then consolidating. And then once we consolidate, we transform, we consolidate, we condense it all into a package, and then we've arrived. And then there's an arrival. And in that arrival, in that part where we're showing up, in that showing up, there's so many lessons to be learned. There's newness there, there's experimentation there, there's this exposure or uncovering of the pieces, the parts and the pieces, and then how they all come together, which can be a bit overwhelming. And I think there are people who want to suppress it or hide it or something about the combat and the conflict. But if we look at the compatibility, we're talking about relationships between males and females, masculine and feminine. Maybe that's what some of the shift is all about too, as far as the discord, where we add in the timeline of the greater collective and humanity, shifting into Aquarian. We're going from Piscean, the I, me, mine, into the collective we aspects. We're going from the masculine into the feminine. And we're having this grand collective evolution of what it means to be human, which can be pretty intense. So the way that men and women are going to experience this is going to be very different, but it's going to be important that the ways in which we change and grow are going to be compatible for the future. Otherwise, there's not going to be any balance or temperance, and it makes all of this kind of pointless. So it's just like, okay, well then how do we do that? Cooperation, mutual understanding of the divergent opinions, understanding and communication is going to be really important in here, because if there's any miscommunication or something, then there's going to be discord or disharmony. Falling, the unknown, descent, momentum, change. It's what a lot of this can feel like. I mean, if we're going to start at number 9, like tarot card wise, number 9 has to do with the hermit, or if we're talking about a hermit on top of a mountain, then we're talking about an apex, right? Or a culmination or an acclamation, almost, to where 9 is going to be the peak, and then 1 is the... Okay, there we go. Sorry. Kind of a low connection. So depending on that base, if we're starting at 9 and then we're working our way backwards, or we're kind of going down that chain, then it can feel like falling or a free fall, right? Or just that, right, the weightlessness. It all just kind of, but it's change, and it's talking about change, and it's talking about something different, and it's going to be inevitable. This one says, lead the way, be a leader, show others how it's done, you can help others. So if you're free falling, or if you're like kind of like coming out of isolation, maybe that's part of it, or like reintegrating yourself into something. Is it that it's overwhelming? Should we go to this and see what our book has to say? I wonder if I shall fall right through the earth. Like, when will it ever stop? When do you hit the ground? Do you stop at rock bottom? Do you stop at a new foundation, or do you climb back up? Because from 9 to 1, whoosh, that's just like a straight up drop, and then starting over and a fresh start. And once you're falling, I mean, it doesn't make any sense to try to scramble or try to hold on to anything. There's an aspect of having to relax here to brace the impact. Because if you're fighting, or you're struggling, or you're holding tension at all, as you hit the ground, there's going to be a shattering. So if you want to bounce back from that, you're going to have those, right, where it reintegrates into everything else, and then it reconstitutes itself with other forms, other atoms, particles, whatever, and then life evolves, energy continues.